welcome back. As we head into 2016, there will be quite a few unofficial report cards coming out on Detroit and Southeast Michigan. This week, an official report card was released by the Detroit Regional Chamber. Let's dig into it with the president and CEO of the Detroit Regional Chamber. Good to have Sandy Baruah back with us. Sandy, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Really interesting stuff in this study, which I think is good and bad. It shows tremendous growth on a lot of fronts.
A lot to be excited about.
A lot to be excited about, and yet some people would say, well, our gap was such that, of course, the percentage growth looks better than it really is. How would you answer that?
I think that's a great encapsulation. There's really three takeaways from our State of the Region report. Number one, we've made tremendous progress since 2009. The dark days of the Great Recession are clearly over. The city's coming back. There's a lot of great strength in the region. All good stuff. The second point, we have some really serious systemic challenges that we have to address in Southeast Michigan. Otherwise, we're not going to thrive long term. And thirdly, to your point, Devin, if we really want to be a leading class region, if we want to be like Seattle or Denver or Dallas or Atlanta, it's not enough for us just to keep up with the Joneses. We need to make outsized gains for a long period of time in order to catch up, because we've got some pretty significant deficits in some key areas.
Which I think you see some outsized growth so far in trying to catch up. Before we dig into some of these, I want to point out, I think it's really interesting, when you're talking now about the Detroit region, you guys have really expanded your borders. This is no longer a 3 or 4 county area you're talking about.
Yeah, we've codified through a formal memorandum of understanding the 11 counties in Southeast Michigan, and there's a strategic reason for that. One, we think we have a lot in common, which is true, but also when we go to market internationally, we want to go with the biggest team possible. Just like a football team, the more players you've got on the bench that you can choose from, the more assets we can take to the international marketplace, the better we are. 5.3 million people, that's what's in Southeast Michigan, the 11 counties. That's a medium-sized city in China.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
think about that.
Fair point. Yes, but that means we're including Flint,
Absolutely.
Ann Arbor, Monroe. I mean, it's all grouped together now.
It's basically everyone who uses DTW as an airport.
Oh, there you go. That's a great way of looking at it. The first one I want to talk about, let's look at we've got some graphics together here. Gross domestic product growth. 18% growth for the region is a ton. In fact, only Dallas did better than us nationally on this. But again, this is one of those where we've got a lot to do, a long way to go.
Exactly right. So, again, tremendous progress. By the way, my friend in Dallas, who has the same job I do in Dallas, called me and said, hey, we're still #1. And I said, well, listen, we're right on your tail. But here's the thing. When you look at GDP growth, let's just talk about per capita income for a second. So we have a $10,000 a year per capita income gap between us and some leading cities like Seattle or Dallas or places like that. So yes, we're making great progress, but that shows you how much further we have to go.
I tell all my friends in Dallas they may be big D, but we are the
D, exactly
only
right.
D. The unemployment gap used to be way too large between the Detroit region and the rest of the country. It was 7% in 2009. The gap now between the unemployment rate here and the rest of the country has shrunk down now to a much more manageable, almost 1%.
1.1% exactly. So in 2009, our unemployment rate in Southeast Michigan was over 16%. And that was 7% above, over 7% above the national average. Now we're within about 1% of the national average. But again, that goes to one of my points. It's not good enough. Okay, so we're celebrating, hey, we're within 1% of the national average. Let's not be within 1% of the national average. We need to get below the national average for an extended period of time, because we have a lot of making up to do here.
I think a great barometer of how attractive you are is to the way the rest of the world looks at you. And look at this graphic now. 109 foreign-owned companies providing 15,000 jobs in our region. And I believe that's 127 different projects that are going on. You want to be a region that's attractive, not just to us, but beyond the borders, right?
We've been hugely successful in the city of Detroit and across the 11 counties attracting foreign direct investment. And in fact, in the new year, we're going to redouble our efforts working with the counties and the city to really attract more there. Because in 2013, we only had 9,000 jobs from foreign direct investment, so a significant gain.
Lastly, and this is the one I think that really causes you a great deal of concern, we have always, of course, historically been a place where you could come out of high school and get a really good paying job in a plant. People who are 25 years and older with bachelor degrees, we remain well below the national average and last among our peer regions.
So we are last in our peer group, in the list of peer group that we look at as a Detroit Regional Chamber. We are a little bit below the national average, but the delta between us and leading regions is huge. Yeah. So if you take people with bachelor's degrees, associate's degrees, and certificates, we have roughly 40%, 40+% that have that kind of certificate or degree. We need to get to 60%.
Let's add some voices to our conversation. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue to talk about the findings here. Where does the Detroit region go now as we move into 2016 and beyond? This is Flashpoint on Local 4.